everyone. I use Sketch Club, and I did a drawing right here, and someone had said, I know I've watched videos of you sharing this, but how you pulled this off in 21 minutes blows my mind. Well, the reason they know that it took 21 minutes is if you look here and you hit Sketch Stats, you see that it took 21 minutes and I used 1,222 brush strokes. I had one undo and 2 layers. Well, this drawing took maybe 8 minutes because I did the actual drawing was on 2 different layers. I did a different drawing before that. So anyway, I just thought I would explain one of the reasons I draw quickly is because I don't know if I get bored, but in a short amount of time I create, or I discover what it is about the drawing that I wanted to know, and the rest of it would just be filling in more stuff. And I'd rather try to discover something new about what I'm drawing rather than just filling in more stuff. So, but one of the things I thought I would explain why I draw, how I can draw what I draw fast. First of all, I use this tool, which is called Vector, which allows me to completely fill in huge amounts of spaces in one fell swoop, rather than if I had to draw it by using a brush or something, it would take that long to fill in an area, whereas this is quick. Another thing is I generally focus my eye toward chaos, like that couch full of shit, or over here, a table full of stuff. If I took a photograph of this and asked people to look at it for 1 second and then describe it, they'd still be trying to process the car wreck that they just saw. If I look straight ahead at something and it's symmetrical, whether it be a house or a tree or whatever, I spend a lot of time drawing it carefully so I get the symmetry right. And again, if you draw something chaotic like this, you really can't look at an object and draw the mask and draw the paperclip and draw the iPad. That's a big white thing, that's a big white thing, that's another white, that's a dark thing. And I build things up without actually drawing the thing. I just draw the shapes of the thing. And so I'm going to look straight ahead at that mess. I don't know, I'll see how far I get. And I'm just doing this in black and white just to make it simple. So, and short. So these are the shapes. Now, what these things are is not important right now for me. What I'm trying to do is just very quickly fill in the shapes and the values in with gray. Now I go into white and I pick the things that are light. So there's that box, the box lid. There's a crumpled up dish towel. There's another box over here, lid, another lid. There's something light here. There's something there. There's a basket. There's a little candle on a lamp. Okay. I don't know how long because this is the 3rd level of on a 4th layer on a drawing. The This is just going to be added to the 21 minutes or whatever it was from the other ones. So this isn't telling you, but I can see that it's only been 5 minutes since I've started this thing. The other thing about this app and recording the time, it doesn't record the time you actually are just looking. So if I, stopped here, the stopwatch on the drawing app stops, and it doesn't record I'm still drawing this in my head. I'm drawing it. I'm deciding, do I want to add more light here? What's the next thing I do? Well, I need to add more dark. There's areas of the image in front of me that are just jet black. No photons are getting anywhere near that part of the thing, and this part of the thing, and this part of the thing. This is all completely dark. And the other thing about drawing clusterfucks like this is if I leave out a box, or if I make a box too big, or if something else is glaringly wrong, you don't even know that it's wrong, because this is just a mass of debris. If I was drawing a house that was not hit by a tornado or a hurricane or fire, and it was a house that was well manicured, if I forget a window on this side of the house and it's a symmetrical house, then you immediately know. So I have to waste all sorts of time counting how many windows it has, and I'm not going to live that long. So what I do is I pick things that are complicated and confusing and clustered and wacky and not symmetrical, so that I don't have to count. And that way, first of all, I'm not clenching my teeth and doing all that stuff that I do when I'm actually doing a real drawing for a client, where I have to draw their house and I have to get all of their windows incorrectly. I'm just going to add another layer here, and I'm going to add some color. Not that there's a lot of color in this thing, but there's a red. This is red, 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 orange. Label on that bottle. This box is kind of brown, There's another red thing down here. Again, I don't even know if this red thing down here is connected to the box or something else. I think it's a chainsaw handle or something. And there's a blue thing here. And then there's various shades of, I think we could call this shade blech. The couch is blech, blech. And this jacket is gray. There's some more blech up here. That jacket, do I want to add kind of a bluish tinge to it? Maybe, who knows? So this, I've only been working on this for 9 minutes. I mean, the video is only 9 minutes long, so I don't know when I started the drawing, but so this is how I draw fast. I don't draw things, I draw shapes. I don't draw things that are neat and tidy, I draw things that are chaotic. And I don't fret about the details. Another thing I do that, let's say I was drawing this clump of keys. I may just draw just a couple of little tiny details rather than the entire details on a key. I just might pick a corner, a little zigzaggy bit of the bottom of the key. I don't have to draw the whole key to show that it's a key. If you look at the watercolors of John Singer Sargent, and you think, oh my God, it's so detailed, and then you look at it closely, and this Corinthian column top is just a blob of paint with one little tiny white highlight on it or something, one little shadow, and that's all you need to convey a very complicated Corinthian column. And that's all you need for a key. You don't have to draw all of your brain does a lot of the work. So, you could look at this thing and you would never know what it was because there's no details really in it. And I don't really care that you don't know what it is. Did I learn enough from this drawing? Do I still need to add more? I don't know. So let's do a new drawing. Should I do the drawing of the keys? It's on the keys are right here. It's on a reddish oriental carpeting, which has a pattern to it, and this is really all I need for the pattern. I don't have to be more complicated than this. I'll add more later, but right now I don't need to do more than that. That's enough. No, it isn't enough. That's all I need. Just this, and this. I always think of that, is it Forrest Gump or The Idiot? I don't know, one of those Steve Martin. It was a Steve Martin character where he's leaving his wife. All I need is this. That's all I need. And by the time he leaves the house, he has like 50 things under his arm. I could sit there for the next, 5 hours and draw all of the little ding-dongs and patterns and cat hair and shit that's on this thing, but I want to show enough to represent a look and the feel of a oriental carpet. Okay, now we do the keys. So the key, the car key ring is here. I moved it a little bit from where it was supposed to be, but you don't need to know that. And then there's the other key that comes down here. This looks like a bike lock key, but my brother doesn't have a bike, so I don't know what it is. Again, I don't need to know. It's a shape, and there's a plastic handle here on the key. There's a plastic handle there on the key. Or more accurately, there's a glob of sort of a silvery gray color here, and there's sort of a blob of black over there, and that's how I'm drawing it. And there's a ring here. There's a bright reflection there. It's more yellow. And we've got the two brass colored key things here. There's the jagged part of the key, the working part, and now I just go in and with just 1, 2, 3, maybe do that there. Maybe that's all I need to show the keyness of it. That's the one little line on the Corinthian column by John Singer Sargent. There's some sort of red logo-y button-y thing on that thing. To make this look like metal, there's bits of reflected red on it. So we just add a little bit of that. And now I might go back into the carpeting and Now I might, add more pattern to this. There's dots up there, and there's a line here, and now the last thing I might do is add some really dark darks here to behind this to show that it's casting a shadow. The light is coming from the left. So that might be done. All I have to do is add a couple things here. So again, pick subjects. Well, no. If you want to draw lots of things really fast, pick subjects that are very confusing, that are not symmetrical, and just draw enough to convey all that you want to convey. You don't have to convey anything more than you want to. If you want to draw every blade of grass on the lawn, that you can do that. You don't, but no one does that. No one has to do all of the blades of grass on the lawn. You just do enough. But you don't have to do them evenly throughout the entire picture. You could just add one or two here or there. I didn't add all of these little lines here that exist on the carpet. I just drew enough to sort of convey the pattern that, to imply structure. That's, I guess, sort of, you imply solidity by adding those little bits on the Corinthian column. If those weren't there, it might look way too it wouldn't look crisp. That adds a crispness, and your eye, it hits those bright and dark things. And this little thing right there, that might be the most important part of the whole damn thing. Because that gives a little bit of solidity for it. So anyway, chaos, 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 and simplify, and select only little bits to emphasize, not everything. If every little part of this drawing were equally rendered, I liken it to listening to some orchestra piece where every single note beat has the drummer hitting the cymbals together. When cymbals are used by someone other than John Philip Sousa, when cymbals are used by Wagner or Beethoven, they're maybe 3 times during the finale. But if it was every single beat was this clash of a cymbal, you just go mental. And so here, just a little tiny bit. That's it. So, ta-da.